Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I just want to apologize from the get-go. If I'm blinking a lot, I have my contacts in and they are not feeling 100%, but we're gonna keep going. Also, um, yeah, I'm on my lunch break. So yeah, this may be some fast talking happening, but I wanted to get this done because last week I was very um, late on putting out Extreme Sisters, but I'm gonna try to get it out tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Okay, so Extreme Sisters, Season 1, Episode 4, called Us Two and Someone New. I have recapped other episodes. They're in the eye down below on my channel in general. Be sure to check them out, and let's just hop right into it. Okay, first up, Anna and Lucy. So, as you know from like the very beginning, they have said that they have wanted children, but they want to have children at the same time. Does that sound like them? Oh my word. So they decided to go to a fertility doctor, and the way the fertility doctor's ears perked up when they said that they had the same partner. I think he even mentioned that he's never had this type of consultation before where someone is inquiring about these special circumstances. Um, so he basically broke it down because, like they said, like they told the doctor, they want to be pregnant at the same time. Um, that should be a t-shirt at the same time. I would so buy that t-shirt. But they kind of asked the doctor, what ways could they possibly get pregnant at the same time? They're like, does Ben need to be with Anna and then 10 minutes later be with Lucy? Or they asked about the turkey baster method. And the doctor laid out the statistics and said because of their age, their chances of getting pregnant are lower than, people younger. He also mentioned that them wanting to be pregnant at the same time even lowers that statistic. So he gave them a 1 in 36 chance that they would be pregnant at the same time in the same month type of situation. So, yes, they can, um, be pregnant together in the month, but they might not be, delivering on the same day type of situation. And naturally, he said 1 in 36 chance naturally. And they kind of immediately, I felt like they were attacking the wrong person. It almost seemed they said they're not going to accept it. That's not good enough. To me, I get that they got bad news, but it came off like they were upset that the doctor even told them that, and I'm like, well, he's just giving you the statistics. He didn't say it was, impossible. He's just saying naturally that's how it is. But IVF is available in Australia. The issue is that they really only reserve IVF for people in like infertility type of circumstances. He's saying that if you guys just want to be pregnant at the same time, that is not a good enough reason for them to proceed with infertility. So not with infertility, with IVF. So he basically told them that they have to write a letter to, like, I don't know, appeal to an appeal court. I don't know exactly who they're writing the letter to, but they basically have to plead their case to explain why they need IVF. And I think what he's saying is that being pregnant at the same time may not be a valid reason for them to approve IVF. And so, of course, they definitely didn't like that. He said that as well. Like, it was, 1 in 36 chance and then having to write a letter. So this appointment just did not go the way that they wanted to at all. But my question is, they like to do everything together, right? Why would you want to be pregnant at the same time? You're going to miss each other's birth. You're going to miss that moment with each other because if they're thinking they're pregnant at the same time, y'all can't be, I don't know the way but I don't think y'all can be in the operating room having the kids delivered at the same time. You know, my whole thinking is you're going to miss that milestone of watching your sister have birth or being in the have a child. Ugh. You're gonna miss that moment with each other because you want to be pregnant at the same time, you know? So I don't know. I think that is my thinking on the situation. Like their whole thing is they want to experience pregnancy together, but just because Anna experiences pregnancy one way doesn't mean Lucy will. Just because one person have nausea doesn't mean the other one will have nausea. Like being pregnant at the same time does not mean that you're going to experience everything at the same time. You know, babies have their own time frame. Some babies, you know, they're due October 31st and they decide they want to come November 2nd, or they decide, hey, we're going to come October, 20th. Like there's no guarantee that just because you're pregnant at the same time that you're going to have babies at the same time. I'm thinking of the Bella twins who also are identical, and Brie Bella was like a week and a half further along than Nikki Bella, and Nikki ended up having her baby first. So, babies have their own timeline. So, I mean, the babies were a day apart, but you get what I'm saying. So, later on, let's see, they end up talking with their mom, Jean, and I understood that they got bad news, but the way I wasn't expecting this reaction in the terms that they said, like they don't agree with the rules and regulations, obviously, But like I said, it just seems like the doctor took the brunt of it type of situation. But they even went so far to ask, should they exist because their life is so hard to deal with? I was not expecting that reaction from them. Yeah, they want to be a mother. They want to have marriage and they want to have kids, and that is their ultimate goal. So yeah, but their mom, Jean, said that they shouldn't give up. She kind of told them, you've been dealt rough hands throughout your life and you've always managed to bounce back and make it better. So she was basically telling them, like, don't give up just because you've been dealt a tough hand in this situation. And then it turns out that their mom is a psychic and she does cup readings. I have never heard of cup readings. I've heard of like palm readings or tarot cards, but I've never heard of cup reading. So basically what she did was she had these beautiful, like, ornate little cups, and she made some Turkish coffee, and after the girls drank it at the same time, she read the cups. I guess I couldn't tell you what she was reading. They kind of showed the remnants of what was left after, like, a sediment type of situation, the sediment coffee that was left, and she was looking at that to determine, their future. And they said 9 out of 10 times their mom was right, and their mom did see kids in their future. So that definitely helped brighten their spirits. So yeah, that was Anna and Lucy. I haven't seen anything in the news saying that they were pregnant, so that'd be interesting. I mean, next week they kind of show that there might be some tension with their boyfriend Ben, so I guess we'll have to see what happens. And that is Anna and Lucy. Okay, next up we have Brooke and Bailey, and I feel like Brooke and Bailey took up most of this episode. Yeah, pretty much. So, Brooke and Bailey. So, as you know, the biggest issue is that Bailey moved into Brooke's house with her husband Denver, their child Ace, and her husband Denver. Hopefully, Brooke's husband Denver wants her out. The biggest thing is, well, she leaves clothes all over the place, and the next biggest thing is that she likes to crawl into the bed with Brooke and Denver. Big no-no. I think everyone would agree that that is a big no-no. Like, she's not a child. Brooke and Bailey don't seem to have an issue with it, but whatever. So basically, Bailey is out of options, so she's like, I guess I'm gonna have to move back in with mom. Y'all, this whole time, I thought this girl had moved like 30 minutes away, an hour away, whatever. She moved 10 minutes away from her mother. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I get it, it's independence in a way, but 10 minutes? And I'm kind of questioning whether she really moved out, only because when she went to move back in with her mom, she had like a laundry basket, and that's pretty much it. I get that she probably couldn't move that much stuff. Even when she went back into her room, pretty much like nothing had changed, and her closet was full of clothes. So this might have been like a trial thing, like let me see how moving out would be type of situation. I don't really know that it was like, I'm moving out, moving out. It was probably like, hey, let's try 6 weeks and see what happens. Anyway, but back to her living at Brooke's house. Apparently they were using the same toothbrush. I mean, toothbrushes are color coordinated these days. I'm not sure how that happens. Also, that is so disgusting. I don't care if you're my sibling, significant other, child. No. Please do not use my toothbrush. Oh my gosh. No, that's nasty. So Denver said that, like, of course he's gonna miss Bailey, she's family, but he said that he's happy because she won't be in the bed at night, and Brooke says she disagrees with that. What? That to me is insinuating that, it's insinuating something. Like, no, he doesn't want her in the bed, he doesn't want her in the bed. Oh, what point was she disagreeing with? I mean, anyway. So they take their 10-minute drive back to mom's house, and they plug in the code to the door because, you know, they have a code to the door and it's not working. So they go to the back and they find their mama Jill and their stepdaddy Neil is in the hot tub together, but naked. And mama Jill said, oh, it's, what did she say? Naked Thursday. And they are so mortified, but they are loving it in that hot tub. I guess to each their own, but no. Nobody wants, no. So the biggest thing, I guess, why they are clinging to each other is because they're worried, or I think it's Bailey that's worried, that having a new baby, with Brooke having a new baby, that their relationship would change. And maybe that's a positive, that their relationship would change, because they seem to be a little bit too close. So eventually we see that Brooke is having a baby shower. It seems like it's just family though, because it was like brother and sister-in-law and all these people, so it's really just a family baby shower. I love how everyone was dressed in black. I love that. I don't know if it was Halloween, but I just love that everyone was in black. I'm like, that's so chic. I love it. Anyway, so she's 27 weeks pregnant and she's having a baby shower. And let's see. So Bailey decides to do a present for Brooke. Real thoughtful, you know. She got her a onesie, and on the onesie is the name Messer. And you heard that right. Messer. M is in Mary, E, S is in Sam, S is in Sam, E, R is in Robert. Messer. It did not go over well. Denver kind of pointed out that him and Brooke had talked about it and they decided not to do that name because the meaning of the name is literally a mess. I don't know why you would want to name your child something. He's like, I don't know why you would want to name your child that name when that's the meaning. And they kind of did the whole backstory. Apparently the name has been around since before Denver even came into the picture, and so the producers asked, you know, why that name? And so it came from a movie. And the movie is Life as We Know It. It's the Josh Duhamel, Katherine Heigl movie. Yeah. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sorry if your name is Messer in real life, but I've just never heard that as a name. Maybe I don't even think that was his real name in the movie either. I think it was his nickname. So I don't know. Denver literally said you can have any name but Messer. So stepdaddy Neil was like, I feel no sympathy for Denver. He was like, he knew what he was getting into. So obviously they have had this type of relationship their whole life, and stepdaddy Neil was like, I tried to warn you, you know, it's a 2-for-1. That's just what it is. And like I said, Denver thought that they agreed that it was not the name that they were going to choose. And honestly, Denver looks over it. I think he's just sick and tired of the shenanigans. Like, if every decision you make as a couple is then undone just because of one conversation with your sister, it's like, why am I even here? And Mama Jill made a point. She said, you need to give Denver a chance. If you remember, Denver was not around at the beginning of Ace's life. So I guess the whole thing is Bailey is trying to kind of continue that role of acting like Denver is not around. So they're making decisions together without the role of Denver. And Mama Jill is just like, you have to give him a chance to be there. Yeah, Brooke went so far as to say that if she can't trust Denver when it's time to have the baby, she's gonna, Brooke is gonna be the, no, Bailey is gonna be the one in the delivery room. And her saying that definitely shocked everyone, and she tried to explain, oh, I don't trust him to write the name on the birth certificate. But it's like, okay, but that, what? You're gonna have your sister do it? Not, okay. Yeah. Denver obviously has to deal with a lot. And then next week, we kind of see that even Bailey's boyfriend is kind of pushing back and being like, y'all are too close. He's like, if Bailey and I ever got married, she and I are married. It's not gonna be the three of us married. He's like, we are going to need space, privacy, and to make our decision on our own. And honestly, it seems like the men are the ones that kind of have to open the eyes of the women to say, y'all are doing the most. Like, settle down, stay out of the relationship. Speaking of staying out of the relationship, Jessica and Christina. So, yeah, Jessica is obviously still reeling from the whole John revelation of him moving in. And she said she just feels like her sister is putting more value into her relationship with John. That she's like, Christina values John's opinion more, and they've only known each other for 3 to 4 months. She's like, I have been here from the beginning for the longest time. Why are you valuing John's opinion more? I mean, it is what it is. So we get introduced to Kayla, and Kayla kind of broke down Jess and Christina's fight, and she said they argue like cats and dogs. She said they fight more than normal because they are so intertwined with each other's lives. And that is what Christina and John are kind of pointing out, that they are very involved in each other's lives, and obviously that is creating an issue. And Jessica still wants to be like this, and Christina's like, no, can we maybe do like this now, you know, or next to each other type of situation. She's like, we need space. We need to not be so intertwined. But obviously, Jessica's not doing that. Also, Kayla pointed out that she is the only friend that has stuck around them. So if you're telling me that relationships with partners are falling apart, friendships are falling apart, obviously there is an issue here if you have one friend that has stayed around. And she said that she is the only one that can understand their dynamic. She's the only one that tells them like it is. So obviously they have had a relationship where they're very close and they feel like they don't need anyone else. Like, they have felt like they fulfill, you know, the needs and wants in each other type of situation, and they don't feel the need to go out and get it from other people. So obviously they need to cut the cord a little bit. And like Kayla said, and this happens a lot, she's like, you are constantly negatively talking about John. That is going to push Christina further into John's arms. We have seen that time and time again. It always happens. You talk bad about a person, even though, you know, they're in love with them or whatever they are. It's like, you're just pushing them further. I guess Kayla's trying to tell her, like, stop it. Okay? You're adding fuel to the fire. Like, leave it alone. So, yeah, next week we're gonna see how much worse it can get. And I'm sure it can get worse. So, last but not least, Patrix and Patrika. So, I love these ladies. They are doing another weight loss contraption, y'all. They are doing like an at-home sauna. They wrapped themselves in plastic wrap. And then they sat in like these tent-looking things. You know what? Them wrapping themselves in plastic wrap, though, reminds me, I used to wrap my thighs in plastic wrap to try and lose weight. That just brought it back. But yeah, it's weight loss contraption number 2. Personal saunas. So basically, Patrika is saying that she wants to avoid confrontation. So she's kind of going back and forth, and she's telling her sister what she wants to hear, and then she's telling her husband what she wants to hear, because she doesn't want to end up arguing about the situation. Yeah, so Ron comes over while they're doing their saunas, and he tells Patrix that he has a date for her. And I love the way she responded. She said, who, what, where, and when. That, if anyone that wants to set me up, that's who, what, where, and when. That's what I need to know. And they introduced Hojo. They show like pictures of Hojo, pictures of all 4 of them, because I guess they run kind of in the same circle type of situation. And y'all, the way her face lit up when Ron said Hojo was interested in dating her. I don't know if it's going to work out, but she definitely seems excited that Hojo is interested. And apparently Hojo has been interested for a while. Like, he tried to ask her out a while ago, and they said she was like dancing with someone else. So yeah, Hojo and Patrix, I guess I don't know if we're going to be able to see them go out on a date, but I'm really excited to kind of see. I mean, y'all, she literally lit up. She's like, what? Hojo's interested in me? Okay, Hojo. And I'm like, who is Hojo? Also, what is that his real name? Hojo? Maybe it's short for something. I don't know. But yeah, that's the end, y'all. Extreme Sisters. Each week keeps topping itself. I mean, TLC. Y'all just know how to hook me. Anyway, that is the end of the recap. Tell me what you think. Tell me your thoughts on episode 4. Yeah, let me know. I gotta get back to work. My lunch break is almost over. Okay, so thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you. Bye. Okay, so I had to film a follow-up video because I completely forgot about Brittany and Brianna because I wrote it on a separate page. So, Brittany and Brianna, they were in this episode. They were going to figure out the gender of Brianna's baby. So, all 4 of them actually went to the doctor together. So, it's during COVID time. They get to the doctor, and the receptionist says, oh, by the way, only one person is allowed back like behind the door to actually see the ultrasound. And obviously Josh is out of it, you know, whatever. Brianna says, Brianna says that she wanted everyone back there since they're like all the parents, you know, that's kind of how they're raising the kids. We're all your moms and dads, or whatever they're gonna call them when they can talk. I don't know, but she's like, oh, I wish you all could come. And they're kind of, I wish that I could like insert the meme of P. Diddy and that guy from the contest, I don't know his name, I'm so sorry, like going back and forth looking, because it really did feel like that, where it's like no one wants to say, oh, I should go back. Finally, Jeremy caves and he's like, Brittany, you can go back. And she's like, oh, really? Oh my goodness. Like, this is so unexpected. Like, I didn't expect you to say that it's okay. So, I don't know. Like they said, they were going to hear the heartbeat and they were going to go to find out what Brianna was having. Brianna kind of said in a confessional that when she first found out she was pregnant, that her sister was there. And then Brittany said that when she found out the gender of her baby, Brianna was there. So it's kind of like fate because the same thing's happening. I don't know. In a confessional, Jeremy was like, oh, it would have been nice to be there. Yeah, obviously. So, yeah. So she is 7 months and she goes in and she finds out that everything's okay with the baby, which she's very relieved about, and she actually finds out that they are having a boy. So they are very excited because the boys are going to be, you know, close in age, and I think they even mentioned that they're going to dress them alike as well. So they're very excited to be adding a boy to their family. And they actually also let us know in a confessional, Brittany and Brianna had actually been pregnant before. I think they said that, but they decided that they wanted to start a family, and so they both got pregnant. It seems like around the same time. I don't know why I'm thinking a week apart, but I don't know if that's incorrect. But unfortunately, they did suffer a miscarriage. They both did. And what's interesting is that they said that I'm not exactly sure who miscarried first, but they said that they could feel each other kind of having the miscarriage. And I have heard about like twin sense where they can feel each other's pain type of situation. So they definitely felt like they felt each other experiencing that miscarriage. So obviously they're very thankful that the baby's doing well, and very thankful that they will get to experience motherhood and continue their journey. So yeah, I'm trying to think if we saw them in a preview for this next episode, but I can't remember. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Like, are we gonna see her have the baby? And we haven't really seen them interact with other people besides themselves. Obviously it's COVID, but I'm very interested to see that as well. So yes, they were in the episode. I have their clip. It's done.